Key Nation, what's going on, man? It's your boy Emmanuel Keen, and we bike. As you can clearly see, man, if you see it in the title, we are going to be going over a full-length home studio tour. Okay, it's not a multi-million-dollar studio, but it gets the job done, man. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Play that like button, we a movement, boy. Let's get it. Alright, you guys, so the first thing that I want to list is the 2015 Imac. That is what I've purchased as soon as I moved out here to LA with my student loan money. I made sure that you're supposed to have the correct specs in order to hold the amount of power that's going to be going into your CPU, right? Because as an audio engineer, you have a gang of plugins, you've got a gang of things going into your CPU. So in order for those plugins to go into your CPU, you got to make sure that it handles it, right? So the specs that I have for the 2015 iMac, I made sure that I had a quad-core i7 processor, okay? We're not messing with i5. If you try to get a monitor that's an i5 processor and you want to do music or video for that matter, don't do it. Your computer will run slow as heck, and you're gonna have a hard time doing whatever work you're trying to do, okay? So do not get an i5 processor. I recommend getting an i7 and up. I'm not a huge tech nerd. I don't know if there is an i9 or anything like that. If anybody knows, then please comment down below. But I made sure that I got a quad-core i7 processor because that is what's needed in order to power something that's going to be taking up a whole lot of CPU, right? So make sure that you get that. And then I also did research on the graphics card as well. I believe it's an AMD Radeon graphics card. Give me a second, hold on. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew I was right. I did research on the graphics card too. You got to make sure that you have a substantial or an exceptional graphics card whenever you are working with a lot of power going into the CPU. So I have an AMD Radeon graphics card that comes complete with this computer, and I also have up to 16 gigabytes of RAM memory. I only have 8 right now. I need to get the other 8 installed, but I have up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Those are the specs that you're going to need whenever you do your thing, whenever it comes down to audio engineering and or videography. We're not talking about that right now, but that is what you need in order to have a free-flowing work environment. The next thing that I have is the Yamaha HS7s. Now I've heard mixed reviews about the Yamaha HS7s, okay? Some people say they sound terrible, some people say they sound great. Me personally, I know that they're not the best studio monitors in the world, but they are the best budget studio monitors. I don't really even want to call them budget, because to me $600 is a lot of money because I paid $300 for each monitor. But as far as the monitors are concerned, I've had these for probably 4 years now, 4 to 5 years, something around that, and they've worked absolutely great for me. They are the best monitors that you should get for the price that they have if you want to get a flat response. The next thing that I want to aim to do is get a subwoofer so that I can monitor that low end, but for right now I have the Yamaha HS7s, and they're actually comparable to like the NS10s or of course the HS8s. There's also HS5s, but you want to use the HS5s for like tweeters or something like that. But I have the Yamaha HS7s, and they have done the job for me, I'm not gonna lie, and they significantly increase my mixing ability. For monitoring, I have the AKG K240s, okay? These are not good headphones at all, but I wanted to be cheap. I'm frugal when it comes down to spending money, you feel me? So I just say, you know what, I just need some studio monitors just to monitor the audio while I'm recording or while I'm tracking other artists' vocals. So I just, you know what, let me just get these AKG K240s, and they do what they do. So what I have the artist record into is the Shure SRH 840s, and I did this for listening experience. I know that with the Shure SRH 840s, they have a little bit more bass, more low end, more so than the K240s. So I said, you know what, everybody likes music with a little bit of bass in there, right? So let me go ahead and get the Shure SRH 840s for the listening experience for when my artists come in and they record. So that is what these are for. I don't necessarily recommend these for mixing, but for a listening experience, the Shure SRH 840s are pretty good. And then I also made sure that they were closed back as well, because you know when you have microphone bleed, you don't want open back headphones, more so because then the music is going to bleed into the microphone, and then you pick that up when you mix. So I made sure I got some closed bad headphones for that as well. So as far as what I'm recording into, right, I have a baby, is it blue baby bottle or baby blue bottle? I never know. Blue baby bottle, blue bottle micro. I got a blue baby bird. All right, listen, okay? It's a blue microphone and it has the word bottle in it. That's what we that's how we're gonna address this, man. I've had this microphone for a cool, I wanna say 6 years now, and I still don't know how to pronounce it. It's been a good microphone. I love it, actually. I really do love it. It's done the work. It's done the work. I haven't felt the need to upgrade a mic. You don't need an expensive microphone to record, okay? There's, I believe, Grammy Award winning songs that have been recorded with $150 to $200 microphones, okay? So you do not need, why do I feel like I'm a lot less, hold on, give me a second. Let me change this light. Maybe gotta go up. I feel like it's a lot less bright. Okay, that's a little better. Like I said before, you do not need a $1,000 mic. You don't need a $10,000 mic. Now, they do have that, okay? They definitely do have those, and they sound incredible, but you don't need a super duper expensive microphone in order to record a hit, okay? You don't need it. And I have the baby blue bottle running into the Focusrite ISA One, and I love the preamp, by the way. Let me at least say that. I love the preamp, and the reason why I say that is because it's very warm, and if you know me and what I like, I love a warm, natural, full sound. I'm not a very huge fan of the bright airiness as much. I like a warm, natural, a little bit of top end, but I like a warm, natural, full sound. That's what I identify as an engineer, right? Whenever I mix vocals, I want people to be like, okay, this was mixed by Ken, because you hear that warmth, you hear that fullness, that presence. I got the ISA One going into the Zen Go audio interface. It's actually a recent purchase that I just bought, I want to say about a few weeks ago. I absolutely love it. It actually comes complete with 37 real-time audio plugins. I will say I don't really use the real-time audio plugins. The only plugins that I will probably use while tracking vocals is probably the compressor. I'll use that for real-time audio plugins as far as tracking is concerned, but I don't really use anything else, specifically because I don't feel the need. I'd much rather do everything inside of the box. And last but not least, I have acoustic panels, okay? I have acoustic panels all around this room. I got acoustic panels all the way around for a exceptional mixing environment, okay? Because you have reflections coming out of studio monitors, and it is very important that you have those reflections absorbed so that you have an accurate listening ear whenever those frequencies come out at you while you're mixing, right? So I have acoustic panels, and I also have bass traps that are hung up where the isolation booth is. It's not really a isolation. I'm trying to isolate as much as I can, right? So I got 2 bass traps where the isolation booth is to absorb those lower frequencies as well. Anything that might leak over there into the corner, it'll pick it up. And I have an acoustic panel that's centered in the middle of those bass traps. And I did not put any extra panels up there because I still want to have somewhat of a live sound in there. So I want some vibrations, or excuse me, I want some reverb, some of those frequencies to kind of, you know, go on in the isolation booth, because I want some live sound. I don't want to completely dead that area, right? So I did that on purpose, but that's pretty much what I have as the setup over there, and that is essentially it, man. That is the home studio tour that I have. I got a lot of people that hit me up and ask, what do I use to record, how do I record it, and that is it, man. That is what I have for the home studio tour for you guys. And in conclusion, you don't need much, okay? You don't need, if anything, if you really wanted to start a studio, all you needed is a laptop and a USB microphone and a box to mix in, meaning software to mix in. Pro Tools, Logic, GarageBand, Audacity, Mixcraft, Studio One, FL Studio, whatever, okay? Something to mix, something to record with, a laptop, because the specs that I listed in the, earlier in the video can be provided with the laptop, okay, and a USB microphone. If that's all you can afford, do it. Okay, you don't need all of this stuff. I've been doing this for years now, so you know, once you get used to things and you start getting a little bit of extra money, then it's okay to upgrade. But you don't need to, man. Okay, so that is pretty much it, man. That is my studio tour. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate that. If you guys have any questions for me, please put it in the comment section down below. I will be grateful and humbly appreciative to answer them. And I'll also put all of the stuff that I have in the description, so that if you guys want to, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't got no affiliate links. My homeboy RB the Breakthrough told me to get that set up. But if anybody wants to purchase any of the stuff that I have, I'll put everything in the description below. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Gang.